Hello everybody, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited for today's video. I'm trying to get my snack out of my tooth. I'm so excited for today's video. As you guys saw with the title, we'll be talking about the best makeup that released in 2024. The best. It's a lot, and I feel like it's hard to say, like, okay, if you mention 5 foundations, which one's the best? I feel like since foundations are so different, people's skin types are so different, my preferences from day to day are so different that I wanted to mention them all because I feel like they're all the best at what they do. Even if they might be a little similar, like I feel like someone out there will appreciate having both options. I hope that makes sense. I'm actually so excited about today's video. First, if you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and without further ado, let's just get started. It's hot, and I turned my AC off just so I could film this, so if I'm dripping, that's, you know why. I've also been wearing this makeup all day, and it's, like, so bomb, like, besides a little bit. Again, I told you, I think I'm, like, combo. Not me telling you, I told you. I think I'm combo, but, like, mostly my forehead, like, right here, maybe, but, like, everywhere else is, like, I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm combo. I just need like a mattifying primer just for my forehead because I like the way this looks. Okay, long story short. Anyway, also side tangent, I have to tell you because not freaking Urban Decay, like making my dreams come true, they done sent another package over. So again, they made me fill out a form and stuff like that. Not made me, but they said if you want to try it, fill out this form, and I was like, oh my gosh. So again, the form kind of makes it seem like you have the chance of getting it. It may not be guaranteed. That's what I understood from it. So I could be wrong, but I've been 2 for 2, baby. So they sent over their hyaluronic acid watermelon extract for a bouncy skin, all day hydration, refreshing scent, locks makeup in place for up to 16 hours. I'm like screaming because I did want to try the extra glow, all-nighter extra glow, but I never got around to it. So now they came out with watermelon. I said, yeah. Thank you. And like, isn't this the cutest package? So for bouncy skin, they sent over some bouncy balls. Like, how cute are you, Urban Decay? This is the cutest thing ever. I was so excited. They don't like, I don't want to say cheap out, but they don't cheap out on, like, yes, it's not going to be the same as like the biggest YouTubers, but I feel like they don't cheap out on like my experience as a smaller creator and like getting PR, and so I appreciate that. Like, literally make my dreams come true. So thank you so much, Urban Decay. I am so excited to try this, and we will be trying it together at some point. I don't want to throw this box away ever, but I'm gonna need to do something with those bouncy balls. I don't know, but it's super fun. Anyway, it almost was a great segue into like my foundations, but I have a primer that I need to mention. So first we are gonna mention the e.l.f. bronzing drops. I know a lot of people have their like opinions about whether bronzing drops are worth it or not. I love these bronzing drops. So you mix them with a moisturizer. I like to use a moisturizing hydrating primer. You guys already know that. But I love this because it does bronze up my face. It almost, so I always say this, like I have in the summer when I get tan, I start to tan in like patches. I don't know like what it is. I don't know. Whatever. You know, we get over it. Anyway, this always evens out my skin tone, makes it look bronzy but evenly. And it adds the nicest glow, but that's not going to be too light. So not sometimes. I feel like, you know, you could risk if you're putting on like a white or a lighter illuminator primer or something like that that has like pearlized like white pearls basically crushed in there, it's gonna make your skin look lighter. It can make your skin look lighter. I like this because it's obviously not gonna do that. It's gonna do the opposite. It's gonna bronze it up. And so again, I know people have their opinions, but I love this. I think they fit perfectly in my routine with the beautiful glowy bronzer. I look like a bronze goddess. I look like a glowing goddess, the whole 9. It's like my favorite, one of my favorite products that came out this year, honestly, in general. One of my favorite e.l.f. products of life as well. And I cannot wait to just keep using it. I wouldn't be surprised if I was pretty low on this already because I just cannot stop using it. I use it all the freaking time. It is so bomb, so good. We can go with some foundation. We will talk about the Urban Decay Face Bond Foundation. Again, they sent this to me and I am so forever freaking grateful. Like, I could cry. This foundation is so good. Do not be afraid if you have dry skin. To me, it's not drying. I like to go in with like my NYX Plump Right Back primer or like anything. Sometimes I'll wear the e.l.f. bronzing drops and the Morphe the foaming face primer. I'll mix those and wear that under this. I've worn so many like beautiful glowier, more hydrating kind of primers underneath, and it always looks perfect with this. And then it still stays the same. The formula is still self-setting. Like, you're not gonna have to set it with other powder, and I think it's so good. But sometimes it'll add, like, you know, it's not gonna dry on my skin, you know. And so that's always the fear. And I know a lot of people were like, oh my gosh, it's matte. It's not scary. Like, you will love it. It definitely will work with you if like, I don't know how to say that. It will work with you, basically. So definitely a lot of people will get a lot of use out of this, and this is going to be a summer go-to literally all the time, just because, again, it's super, super easy. I did have a moment with this where I was like, if I wear this, do I put like creams on, then powder the whole nine? You definitely can. I've done it before, and it looks stunning. I always set the cream with like a powder bronzer, though, just because I'm not going in with setting powder, which is what I normally would do. So if you don't normally do that, don't feel like you have to do it extra, but if you normally do that, that's what I would do. So that's what I do. And then I was like, also concealer. If I'm gonna put on concealer, I have to set it with powder. But anyway, my point is that if you want to wear this on like a no makeup day and not really add too much of other products, that will be perfect as well. But if you want to wear like a bunch of other products like concealer, bronzer, cream blush, the whole nine, it still works too. It's very versatile, and I definitely think a lot of people will get use out of this. If you are not convinced yet, because I know so many people love this, if you're not convinced yet, then let this be your sign. This is so good. It's literally so crazy how many foundations I tried this year and how many I love. Because I also tried the Revolution Skin Silk Luminous Serum Foundation by, I think I said Revolution. This one is so bomb. If you want to try the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, you don't want to pay an arm and a leg, you just want to try it, this one is basically an exact dupe. So freaking similar. Honestly, as they wear, they look exactly the same. On first application, I think this one looks a little bit glowier, but as they like set and you wear them, they look the exact same. It is insane how similar these are. This one is comparable to a lot of high-end foundations that are just very like glowy, medium coverage, your skin better kind of vibes, but obviously still with coverage, you know what I mean? Like, this one is just one of the best drugstore foundations, and I know Revolution kind of gets a bad name, but like, this foundation is so bomb. So if you've not tried it, you need to try it. Again, let this be your sign. It's affordable and it's so good. Okay, I just squirted the whole foundation everywhere. I got the shade F12. If you're normally my shade Tint Win and stuff, I probably would go down a shade. But obviously when I get tan, this will be like perfect. And I still make it work like on day to day, just so you know. Alright, next we have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Beauty Balm. This is the Serum Boosted Skin Tint. I have the shade 11 here. I know a lot of people, again, have mixed reviews. Some people don't think it's worth it, some people do. I really like this for those days that I really don't want to wear makeup. Where I'm like, I really don't want to put on anything, but I know I look tired, my skin looks dull, and I just need to look a little bit more put together. This one is my favorite. You could wear it with other products, or you could just wear it on your own. Sometimes I'll just draw it on and like wear literally over like my redness and like my cheek area where I look a little bit like, ugh, I'll put it on and just leave it like that because it looks so good. It looks so skin-like, and honestly, it's just like literally a beauty balm. And so I feel like a lot of people, like, you won't think you use it, but I feel like a lot of people will use it more than you think, because like, again, if I'm running to like Target or something, I really don't care how I look, but sometimes I'm like, Marissa, you really look like a hot mess. And so I'm like, I just need a little something to put me together, and I feel like this is perfect. I use it all the time, honestly, and I feel like it's so good. It definitely has like its own lane in my collection, and I feel like that's why it's so special. Obviously it's a stick as well, which is not like very common. Obviously it's expensive. It's like $40 freaking, and it's like, do you really think it's gonna be worth it? Of course, that's for you to decide, not me. But I feel like if you're interested, you can afford it. You like, oh yeah, the money's not the issue. The issue is the product. The product is good. So it is what it says it is, though. Very sheer to light coverage. It's not going to give you much coverage, but it's just going to even out that skin tone, make you look a little bit more put together. Yeah, so good. Alright, this is the queen we are wearing today. This is the Kylie Cosmetics Power Plush Longwear Foundation. It really is genuinely so longwear. Again, I've been wearing this since like 8 a.m. and it's currently almost 6 p.m. so 5:45. Like, I've been wearing it literally all day. And I just think it is so bomb, so good. I really think it's a beautiful foundation. Your nice medium coverage, but it looks smooth, more natural finish-esque. It's not gonna be too glowy, too anything. I have a lot of glowy products on. If you don't know, that's why I always like to be glowy. But I feel like this is if you wear like a more matte, or like if you wear like just a regular primer, like what is it called? Like a pore filling primer, whatever it is, this will definitely work to your benefit. Basically, it's just a beautiful foundation, and I love this. And I'm not like a I have no opinion on like Kylie Jenner herself, as far as like her coming out with a makeup brand or not. Like whatever, whatever. I don't care about the drama, but like as a brand, I've never been interested. After she rebranded, I wasn't really interested in her products. And then I saw this and it was calling my name, and I'm so glad that I picked it up. Alright, then we have the Kosas BB Burst Tinted Gel Cream. Again, it's just very different. It's very much in its own lane. I appreciate that about a lot of these new releases, that they're very much, you know, in their own lane and new, innovative, trying to do their own thing. This one is just so beautiful. It literally is a tinted gel cream. It's very going to be like sheer light coverage vibes. It's very light coverage, and I think it really does perfect the skin. Leaves almost a natural glow. Reading the back too, I just got really like hot real quick, but I was reading the back too, and like honestly, again, this is a great way to describe it. Light buildable coverage, like I said, hydrating. I was to say, sorry, it says light buildable coverage. You can only go so buildable, so don't think you're gonna get medium full coverage. Honestly, you might get like a little bit more than light coverage, but it's not gonna be like full medium, full coverage at all. Like it's not gonna go that high. So they say buildable, but I feel like it's sheer buildable coverage. So you may wear it sheer and build it up to be more light coverage. Does that make sense? They say hydrating burst of serious skincare. I feel like that's exactly what it looks like. It looks like you're wearing just beautiful skincare underneath, where your face is juicy, it's supple, it looks delicious. It is so gorgeous. It looks like your skincare game is like on 100. I really agree with that one. And then it says a vibrant, fresh look. It also says smoothing and blurring effect, but I feel like the things that always stick in my head is the fresh look, where you just look fresh, clean, like you just like, I look up like this, flawless. That's what it's giving with flawless skincare game. I love this. And honestly, again, I'm not like one who's like goes into like all the ingredients and like the skincare and I'm like, oh, that's what I need. It's not like that. I just wanted to try it and I loved it. So again, very different than all the rest. And then of course not the most different, but definitely different as well. This is the Supergoop Protec Tint Daily SPF Tint. Again, this is I think the only one that has SPF from what I mentioned. But this one is so good. So it is like kind of not basic, but it is very similar to your more medium coverage, natural finish kind of foundations, and I mentioned a few of those again before. But again, this one has the SPF, so I find myself forgetting to put on SPF a lot, and I definitely feel like this is like one of the best products ever, because then I'm like, oh yeah, I could just wear the SPF foundation then. And I know a lot of please don't come for me in my SPF game. Don't do it. Just don't. We're not going to talk about it. But I really do like this foundation in general, and so it does add the benefit of SPF. And so I know like honestly, I feel like a lot of people do like this, and so I really feel like it's, I don't want to say overly hyped, but I feel like it definitely gets the hype that it deserves. It is really good. So again, if you needed a little boost to kind of pick this up, then I definitely recommend it. The formula is nothing like revolutionary or like, oh my gosh, so amazingly new in my opinion. But I guess, again, it just, that SPF really like makes it special again in my collection. Just added some powder because like sheesh. Next we do have two cream bronzer products. I love this. I used it I think like twice at this point. I have not used it a lot, but I fell in love with it instantly. Major FOMO with this. It was just like everyone was talking about it and I was like, oh my gosh, do I need this? This is the Too Faced Melting Bronzing and Sculpting Stick in the shade Chocolate Souffle. This is such a pretty color, such a beautiful formula. You can see it's glowy, but to me it's not overly glowy. It's very creamy. It's going to blend like a dream, like so smooth, so easily. But it's not, to me, it's not overly creamy where it blends away or anything. You still have nice pigmentation and it just looks so stunning on the skin. But it's going to be easy. It's not going to be hard. I don't want to say it's necessarily, might be kind of foolproof. I don't know how much you could apply before it gets too much, but I love that bronzer stick, and I knew just from the minute I saw it I was gonna be in love. Again, it's up there with the LYS, with the Rare Beauty as far as creaminess goes, so I definitely think that if you are on the market for a new one, check it out. If you want a liquid bronzer, so bomb. This is the Dew Bronze by Saie, and this one is so good. I just think the formula is very similar to the blush formula in my opinion. It's very creamy, very easy to blend, and just looks stunning on the face every single time. This one I also feel like is is genuinely foolproof, because the formula is more buildable. Like it'll sheer out and you can add more if you want more, but it just ends up looking so stunning. You can see it's glowy. It's definitely glowier than the Too Faced one, which I love the glow, but if you want something a little less glowy, then go for the Too Faced one. Obviously they're a little different, but anyway, if you have not tried this yet, you need this one ASAP Rocky. Alright, I had to mention the L'Oreal True Match liquid blush. I've been wearing this all the time. I have the shade Dewy Worth It. I cannot stop wearing this, and you guys know how I feel about the Saie blushes, the e.l.f. blushes. Those all came out, I believe, last year, but this one is so good. It's definitely up there with them. It blends so easily. The color is so beautiful. It's so easy to work with. It's not difficult, and I don't know, this color just looks so good on my skin tone because it's peachy and like bright, but not bright where not too light. Does that make sense? Like it has that like peachy pink vibe to it, but it's not gonna like make my cheeks look white or anything. You know how the ones that kind of like wash you out, this one's not like that. It is so pretty. The formula is so easy. It does have a little bit of dew to it, but again, it's not gonna have like glitter particles or anything like that. It's just like naturally radiant, and I love that. Love this. It's affordable. It's from the drugstore. I think there are 3 different shades in this formula and 3 different shades like with shimmer in it, and so I didn't try those obviously, but these I love. All right, some powder face products. So I have to mention the NYX Buttermelt bronzer. Honestly, the Buttermelt bronzer and the blushes, these have like broken the internet. I don't know. People are obsessed, and I know people are more obsessed with the blush. I'm more obsessed with the bronzer, but they're both so good. Super blendable, so smooth. They're like the best matte formulas because again, they're smooth. They look so beautiful. They're so flawless. This one is a little deep for me, the shade Butter Off, but there are a bunch of different shades. The formula feels like so buttery smooth. It is so insane how smooth it is, and it's like hard to explain. They look like they almost have a bit of a sheen, even like looking in the pan, mostly for the blush. They look like they have a little bit of sheen, but they don't. Like it's matte. It's just like a lifelike matte. You know how they say matte but flat? This one's not that. It's not matte. It's matte but not flat. I feel like like it gives a natural lifelike kind of looks to your cheeks, and I love them. I think they're so good, and comparable to like high end. If you have not tried them, these are so bomb. Also so good. I want to pick up more shades. I do not need any more shades, but these are the Kosas Streamland blushes. Okay, I'm confused. These are Kosas Blushes Life. I keep saying the wrong names. This is the Kosas Blushes Life blushes. That's so stupid. But we have the shade Dreamland and the shade Swoon. The shade Swoon, yeah, it's one that works a little bit better for me. So that's why I kind of want to get a deeper shade, because this one is still like more light, but it's so beautiful on top of like cream blushes on its own. It is so stunning. You can see they have their natural radiance as well, which is so stunning. This one actually is a little bit more, it's a baked formula, so it is more radiant, looks a little bit more glowy on the cheeks, but that color is so beautiful. I also have the shade Dreamland, which I like, not as much. This one's more natural on my wow, that looks crazy. It does not look like that on the cheek. It looks like it does look like mostly glow, like, but if I wear like a overly colorful, like if I wear a lot of cream blush and I want to like set it down, or like I want to like add some glow, or like a matte cream blush, I'll add this on top to kind of give some life back to it. And so I love this. I do want to get like one more shade, maybe a deeper shade. If you have any recommendations, let me know, because I'm obsessed with that formula. It's so bomb. I also have to give credit to my chip blush from ColourPop. This blush is so beautiful. It's like one of the best neutral nude blushes. Like it's truly just a neutral nude. I guess it's a little rosy, but it's not as rosy as some of the other blushes that I have. I feel like this is just such a beautiful color, such a beautiful formula. You guys know how much I love ColourPop blush formulas, but this color is so bomb. So 10 out of 10, had to mention that. I guess we can mention, this is the Lunar Beauty Moonshroom palette. This one, like, you can't get from Sephora or Ulta, which is, like, so annoying, but this is so beautiful. I had to mention it. The formula is so, like, it's, like, wet. It feels so creamy. It's so delicious. I'll just swatch all 4. And they're so beautiful. We're just gonna have to go all over the place. They're so beautiful. Like, look how stunning. And this is from a girl. I literally have, like, 2 highlighters now, 3 highlighters now. Do not have very many because I just never use them, but this one will forever stay in my collection because they're stunning. I've used this as a blush topper, like I've mixed them, like it's just so beautiful. And so if you have not gotten this, I don't know if it's still available or what, but you guys need this. It is so bomb, so good. I also do have to mention the Natasha Denona Hyper Natural Face Palette. Oh my gosh, I use this all the time. It is so, so, so good. How many times have I said that in this video? A lot. But the bronzer is so smooth. It looks so beautiful. It's very light, so it's just going to give like almost a natural bronze kind of feel to it. It's gonna be hard to see. Very naturally bronzed, but I appreciate it because it does sculpt the face a bit, but it's not too harsh. I love this side of the blush. It's just bright, it's pink. I kind of usually just mix the two genuinely, but you get mostly this color, and I think it's so pretty. And then all the shadows, I genuinely just use the shadow over and over and over again. I wish you could see like the dips. Maybe you can a little bit. This one is just lower because I use it literally all the time. So I think this is such a great palette. If the colors will work for you, then I definitely would try it, and you will not be disappointed. That new Natasha Denona Gold palette, I thought about it, but I was like, I genuinely only would want it to make a video of it, and then I would never use it again. Because it's like 60% glitters, and I don't use glitters or shimmers, whatever the heck they're called. So I'm like, girl, please just stop. Alright, I guess we could go with setting spray. I have to talk about my e.l.f. Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. This one is so good. If you have not heard me say it, this is literally just as good as the Charlotte Tilbury, if not the same as the Charlotte Tilbury. They are so, so, so similar. I know this is supposed to dupe the Milk, but I've compared them side by side. They are so, so, so similar to each other, and I like that is so incredible to me because I love the Charlotte Tilbury, but I also love this one. This is one of e.l.f.'s best products as well, like ever. It is so good. It's definitely dewy, but it's definitely gonna make your makeup last longer. It's not the gross kind of dewy where it looks like overly dewy. To me, it's like the perfect amount of dew. The mist is so soft. You couldn't even see that. It is so fine. I honestly wish it was a little bit harsher so that I could control myself. But like I do it softly, so I'm like always just keep going and going. But honestly, so good for the price tag. You cannot. I mean, I was gonna say for the price tag. In general, you cannot beat this. This is like one of the best setting sprays on the market. But for the price, it makes it even better. You know what I'm saying? I have 3 brow gels because you guys know I used up all my brow gels, so I've been using a lot. We have the LA Girl Brow Perfect. This either came out like right at the end of December or January. I can't remember, but I just thought I'd mention it. I really like this brow pencil. I mean, this brow gel. I honestly don't understand the purpose of the wand the way it is. It's like a weird, like it looks like a bug a little bit. I don't understand why it's like that, but the formula is good. It really does hold in your brows. It goes through them really nicely. Like it's not going to rip out your brow hairs. It doesn't get too crunchy where it's like, oh, I can't move my brows, but it really does lock your brow hairs into place. So I really like this one. I think this one's only like $8. Like it's really good. I think I'm almost done with it because it's getting like a little bit nasty in there. But honestly, I think this is a really good option if you're interested. Obviously, it's a clear brow gel. We have 30,000, but like this one's really good. Same with this one. This is the Maybelline Super Lock Brow Glue. I don't know. Again, something about it was just so good. They just like are, I don't know, drugstore's really doing it for me for brow gels. Again, it's so easy to like kind of comb through, but then it dries down and your brows are literally not going anywhere. But again, it's not, feels like you can't use your expressions or anything like that. I'm just gonna go ahead and say like all 3 of these are so similar. This is the L'Oreal Brow Lamination. Again, very similar in texture where it's like more, I don't want to say gel-like, but almost gel-like consistency. And then when they dry down, though, again, they're not going anywhere. It is so nice, so affordable. You have 3 options right here. Again, Maybelline, L'Oreal, and then LA Girl. Like, you cannot go wrong. You do not need to buy a high-end brow gel. Enough said. Alright, we're almost done. Really quick, some eye products. The one eye product. I just had to mention the Too Faced Born This Way Cold Smolder palette. If you have not picked this up, I know a bunch of people decided to pick it up during the sale, which is why I couldn't get it in store. But if you're one of the people who did not get this and you like cool tones, you 10 out of 10 need this. It makes it so easy. You have your 3 options here, and you can throw in a shimmer. You don't have to. I don't wear the shimmers that much. The shimmers are honestly not my favorite formula, but genuinely I love the matte so much that I had to mention this palette because it's so good. The shimmers are a little chunkier. Well, I should this middle one and then this one are chunkier. Oh my gosh. This one and this one are chunkier. This one is still smooth and creamy. But they look so stunning. And so like you can't deny their beauty, just like formula wise. It's not my favorite formula, but I still think they're so gorgeous, and honestly I'm here for the mattes. If this was a full matte palette, like I would cry because it would be so stunning. But I love the colors in here. I love the depth. I love the formula. 10 out of 10. Alright, we're gonna rapid fire. We have some lip products, so I had to mention the the ColourPop So Juicy line. This one is so good. So Juicy Plump line, I should say. So they came out with a lip liner, So Bomb. This is the shade Tease. I'm not a lip liner girly, so I should mention that because I know a lot of people who like are lip liner people say that these kind of like just are too creamy, which I could say they are pretty creamy, but I like them because I'm not a lip liner girly. I just want it for like a minute per picture. Just for a picture, for a video, whatever it is, and then I move on with my life. So again, that's not necessarily, it's not going to be for longevity, but they definitely do plump your lips and make them look juicy, and you're like, there's a whole vibe to these. I love them so much. And then the So Juicy Lip Plumping Gloss Bombs. I have the shade Dough right here. You guys know I've been wearing this nonstop. They're so creamy, but they make your lips look so juicy and so gorgeous. Literally, why do you need any high-end ones? Why? Because this is so stunning. Your lips look juicy. They look plump. It's gonna plump, but it's not gonna hurt. It's not painful. It's very light. Last but not least, we have the Way and Tower 28 Chill in Same Parts. I had to mention this because I think this was one of the most genius things they've ever done in their life. Not only was coming out with the scent genius, but coming out with the scent in a lip gloss combo with a brand was so genius. The Tower 28 doesn't have my favorite lip glosses. These are very, what is the word? They're very thin, so I feel like you have to reapply them a lot, and they're not super, super glossy, but I still feel like this was so good that I had to, again, mention it in my favorites here, because it was, like, so genius. Definitely could have been just a cash grab, but, like, I will take my money because it was genius. Like, I have to support the thought process here. So good. Love this gloss. I probably will wear it all vacation, you know, like all summer long because it is so good. So that is everything, guys. I know this is a longer one. I tried to go as fast as I can, but those foundations were taking me forever. When I talk about products I love, I talk a lot. I feel like there's a mascara that I might have tried this year, but I don't remember, and so I'm like, I don't care that much. I don't care. I'm not even wearing mascara today because I'm just so over mascaras. But I don't know. Maybe it's just me. That's it for this video, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what products you loved, what new products, new makeup that came out this year that you were obsessed with. Are we obsessed with any of the same products? I know we are. You could just tell me. Just admit it. If there are any products that I did not mention and you're like, girl, what? They might end up in my least favorite products, my least favorite new products that's going to come out next week. So if you want to see that, then definitely hit the subscribe button. Maybe turn on the bell if you want to know, if you want to get notified. But I have so many fun videos planned for this month, so I'm so excited. That's it for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.